It's one of the most frustrating feelings. You're trying to eat right, you're staying active, but you can just feel your strength slipping away year after year. It's confusing, and honestly, it feels a little unfair. But what if the problem isn't what you're eating, but what your body is, or maybe what it's not, doing without food? So if you're in that boat, what is really going on? Well, think of it like this. It's not that your muscles don't want the protein you're giving them. It's almost like they've gone a bit deaf. They're just not hearing the signal to grow and get stronger like they used to. And this condition actually has a name. It's called anabolic resistance. This is really the core issue we need to understand. All it means is that as our bodies mature, our muscle cells just get less sensitive. They start to ignore the various signals from protein that are supposed to tell them, hey, time to build and repair. It's the real science behind that feeling of putting in the work but not getting the results you expect. Let me put it another way. When you're younger, your muscles are just plain hungry. They soak up all those nutrients from protein and get right to work building and repairing. But as we get older, our muscles can become deaf. They need a much louder, much more specific signal to get the exact same message. So you see, the old rules just don't quite work the same way anymore. And listen, this isn't just some new theory. This is something doctors have seen for a long time. Dr. Samuel Goodman puts it perfectly. After 3 decades in medicine, he's seen firsthand how the standard advice, the stuff we've all been told for years, it just misses the mark for mature bodies. It's not about eating more, it's about eating smarter, so you're sending the right signals. So, this brings us to a really common myth that we've got to bust. We've all heard it. Just eat more protein. And for a lot of people, bad advice immediately brings one particular food to mind. For, decades now, eggs have been seen as the absolute gold standard for protein. And for good reason. They're a fantastic food. But here's the question we have to ask now, especially when we're dealing with anabolic resistance. Are they still the gold standard for a body over 60? Okay, so to get past that muscle deafness, to really flip the switch and tell your body to build muscle, science has shown us something really specific. We need a quick, powerful spike of a certain amino acid called leucine. And we need to get 3 grams of it in a single meal. That's the magic number. That's the signal that's finally loud enough for our mature muscles to actually hear. And here's the catch. To hit that crucial 3-gram target of leucine just by eating eggs, well, you need to eat 5 of them at the same time, in one sitting. I don't know about you, but for most of us, that's a pretty tough breakfast to get down. Let's be real about why this 5-egg idea just isn't a great solution. First off, it's just a lot of food to eat at once. On top of that, for many people, that can be pretty hard on the digestive system. But most importantly, it's just a really inefficient way to get the job done. It's not the smartest path to triggering that muscle growth we're looking for. Surely there's a better way, right? Well, yes, there is. And this leads us to a solution that's really fascinating because it's both ancient and at the same time, it's being backed up by some very modern science. It's a cleaner and, frankly, a much more powerful way to send that muscle-building signal. And what's so interesting is that this answer didn't come from a high-tech lab. It was actually found in a place of ancient wisdom, Eastern monasteries. For centuries, they've been using a unique plant, and science is only just now figuring out exactly why it's so incredibly effective. So, let me introduce you to Moringa. It comes from the leaf of the drumstick tree, and some people have started calling it the monk's protein. And what it does is provide a really powerful key to get around the anabolic resistance we've been talking about, all because of its unique natural makeup. So why does it work so well? Well, Moringa kind of has this multi-layered defense system going on. First, it's what we call a complete protein. That means it has all 9 of those essential amino acids our bodies need but can't make themselves. Second, it helps to calm down inflammation. You can think of that as a kind of internal rust that can wear down our bodies. That 1-2 punch is what helps it bypass that muscle deafness so effectively. And this isn't just folk wisdom, I promise you. The scientific community is really starting to pay attention. In fact, researchers are now describing Moringa's effect on muscle building, specifically in older adults, as remarkable. Now, in the world of science, remarkable is a very strong word. It really shows just how powerful this simple green leaf can be. Okay, so we know what works. Now, the important part. How do you actually use it? Don't worry, this isn't complicated at all. It's a simple 3-step morning ritual that we're going to call the synergy breakfast because all the parts work together perfectly. Here it is, super simple. Step 1 is the green start. Just 1 teaspoon of moringa powder, maybe in some water or a smoothie, sometime within an hour of waking up. Step 2 is the smart fat. You want to pair that moringa with a healthy fat, something like avocado. And step 3, the iron boost. Just squeeze a little lemon over your meal. Easy, right? But why these exact steps? This is where that synergy really kicks in. That second step, pairing the moringa with a healthy fat, isn't just a suggestion. It actually increases how much of the nutrients your body absorbs by a whopping 40%. That's huge. It means you're not just eating the good stuff, you're making sure your body can actually grab onto it and use it. And what about that little squeeze of lemon? It seems so small, but it's another powerful little trick. The vitamin C in that lemon can actually triple the amount of iron your body pulls from plant sources, like moringa. You see, every single step is there to make the others work even better. So let's just end on this spot because I think it's the most important takeaway of all. Your muscles, they don't know your age. They have no idea how many candles were on your last birthday cake. All they know, all they respond to are the signals that you send them. So the real question is, are you ready to start sending the right ones?